Welcome to Titillating Tuesdays with the Comic Relief Crusader. Woohoo!
From days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe. There stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the woke, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the Comic Relief Crusader! Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Tuesday. It is a Titillating Tuesday. And you've entered the Geekosphere right here on this channel, Comic Relief Crusader, episode 149. Amazing that we made it this far. And hopefully the internet doesn't go out because we're kind of in the middle of a snowstorm, sort of. I mean, after 3 weeks of really good weather, nature decided to take a crap on us today and plunge the temperature and couldn't make it into work today. Work is canceled for tomorrow, and there is a phenomenal amount of snow in the driveway like crazy. So, what's a guy gonna do? I don't know. So tomorrow it's supposed to be like plunging down in the -20s. So, hooray for us. This is the wacky weather that we have living in Alberta. Can't exactly beat it. So, Vince Womack, nice to see you. That is in the crowd today. How's it going, Vince? My wrench of wrenches, the dude that keeps everything running on time on this channel and copious amounts of other channels. So, Vince, I am a man of my word. so if you're out there listening on X, on Rumble, on the YouTubes, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, depending on what channel you're on. So if you're listening on X, yeah, follow me on X. If you happen to be listening on Rumble, yeah, follow me on Rumble. If you happen to be on the YouTubes and listening in on the YouTubes, I welcome you guys also. And like and subscribe. You know what? And just in case, if you're on any of the other channels, follow me on the other channels too, because you never know when one of these might kick you off. And that's why I got backups. Learned that the hard way through Facebook. And Vince says, yeah, let's hope the stream does forth without any problems, because I, for one, is getting quite some errors from YouTube. Yeah, it seems like YouTube is getting really, like, full of errors lately, and especially today. It's really, really weird. So hopefully this doesn't crap out. Might be a short show, but you never know, right? Yeah, had snow yesterday. Well, snow this morning. Rain mid-afternoon, and then snow again. Bloody Mondays. Dang, dude. Well, here it was like okay yesterday, and then it turned into a nightmare. We got near the highway, couldn't even make it like a third of the way to Calgary. It was just crazy. The roads were extremely icy, extremely snowy, and yada yada yada. So, Gap After Dark, how's it going, my man? Nice to see you here in the room. Great that you can join us, and I'm glad that you're getting a kick out of the conversation between bet- between me and Vince. But you know what? There's a reason for that. Um, because Vince made a funny joke last night, or not last night, last week, and so so I said I'd have something for him. So every time that Vince does something right, um, he gets something like this. So there you go, and that's the reason why. Because Vince is a very very good mod. So, and the the more he can spread the channel around, well, then there's more of that where there came from. Who who says I don't like to keep things funny? So, I mean, come on. You leave a super chat, you get a guy dressed in a fish outfit, or an Asian guy in Vietnam that has a phone, his phone dinging. I don't make this stuff up. I just found this online. Or you get an East Indian guy that talks about children and violence and smacking a kid. I mean, come on. What else are you going to do with this? So I, I see that I am GAP approved, and on top of that, I'm Vincent approved. Okay, so there you go. That's what was on this channel. So uh, keep doing things right, fans. Understand? See, I knew this would work. It's like training puppies. it's it's what he got into. Oh my god. Okay. You guys are hilarious. So that's why I say spread the show, share it out there. Bring more people because it helps the channel grow. And yeah, and with the stuff that we got planned on this channel, I mean, come on. We're fighting the good fight here in Alberta, trying to fight for our independence. Making a comic on top of that as well. And I mean, hey, what else could I possibly do? I mean, we do movie days, stuff like that. We're thinking of interesting things. So, Gap, should we have it spayed or neutered? Vince, I can't do that to him. I can't possibly mutilate Gap like that. I can't possibly. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. Spay or neutering? No, that's cruel to animals. So, I would rather they roam free like the wind. So, that's that's the way this channel flies. Okay, so for some odd reason, because Vince had said earlier, we got a little bit of YouTube, so it doesn't seem like the topics were added into the YouTube channel. I'm not exactly sure if they were added on Rumble. They should have been, but unfortunately, right now I'm also uploading to Rumble for the next movie that is coming out on Saturday movie, and I can't see this. Oh, Gap, you're having too much fun now, aren't you? Um, Mr. Mr. Peterson. I got spayed back in 90. Oh my God. How's it going, John? You missed. You missed. See everything every time. Oh, you know what? You know what? That's right. See, I gotta keep to my word. Before you got here, John, every time Vince does something positive or something good, like right now, he's on Rumble and he's saying share, like, comment, and follow. Exactly. So what we do with fans is we do this because I'm a man of my word. Here we go. And see, that's how that works. That's how that works. So there we go. I'm amazed that no other YouTuber has thought of this yet. Or I don't know. Maybe they haven't yet. Maybe they have. I haven't the faintest idea. I don't check all the millions of YouTube channels that are out there. Okay, so anyway, so what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about some anime stuff that's going on there, some other news that I found on Variety. That's very odd. I don't know how to make of this. Windrave, how's it going, dude? Very nice, as always. Redheads are the best. Yes, they are. That's why I made them. And some very interesting news because it seems like the little Amelia thing that I have going in the province of Alberta is really getting noticed because I released a second film, or a second short video today, and again, people are sharing it out, which is really neat. I think I'm totally onto something here. So, but first, okay, you know what? We like to mock and make fun of a lot of the news going on, and so I don't know if anybody has covered this yet, but remember Scooby-Doo when it used to be fun? Remember the live-action Scooby-Doo movies that we got, which wasn't too bad, but we got something else on the horizon, and we got this coming very, very soon from Netflix, from Variety. The magazine, the news that has been out for over 100 years. Apparently, Scooby-Doo is Netflix is making a live-action Scooby-Doo, and apparently it's casting McKenna Grace as Daphne. So I'm sure that most of you probably remember who McKenna Grace is. Is this seeing the joke start already? Oh my God, zoinks! Why don't know, Shaggy? I don't know if this is a very good idea or a very horrible idea. John, yeah, I'm thinking almost the same thing. Idea. I'm thinking that I would be very, very surprised if this actually went right. I mean, like I said, not everything on Netflix is bad. There have been some stinkers. This might be one of them. I haven't the faintest idea. But I think you know what? This is actually pretty telling. Think about it this way, okay? Because as you folks know, there is the war going on between Paramount and Netflix for Warner Brothers. You know, this being said, because this is obviously a Warner Brothers property, Scooby-Doo, obviously, and I'm not saying that they've done the best over the past few years, especially with that Velma series. That horrible Velma series. But if this is news, I'm seriously wondering if Netflix has Warner Brothers now. This is actually quite oddly telling. Gap After Dark, yeah, is Velma going to be a lesbian like that cartoon? Jeez, I hope not. Yeah, like the Velma cartoon that came out a few years ago. I really honestly hope not. I really don't, because that really ruined everything. And Vince, yeah, remember that last Scooby-Doo thing that Netflix touched? No. You know what? Uh, I honestly don't, and it's probably for the better. Um, yeah, the Velma series was an HBO thing. Yeah, it was. It was. So anyway, let's take a look at this news here. Um, although to tell you quite honestly, I mean the casting's not too bad. McKenna Grace as Daphne. I mean, all they have to do is, make her redhead or strawberry blonde at least, because it's not a bad choice. But it's all in the writing, right? So anyway, so the news goes. McKenna Grace is joining the Scooby-Doo live-action series at Netflix, as Variety has learned from sources. Very interesting. So Grace will star as a young Daphne Blake in the show, which will delve into how the Mystery Inc. gang first met each other. Um, so here's the thing. I don't know if they're going to actually keep the canon or if they're just going to switch it around a bit. My guess is switching it around a bit. So Netflix picked up the show for 8 episodes in March last year, so only a year ago, really. And the official log line for the show describes it as a modern, here we go, let's highlight that, a modern reimagining of the popular cartoon show. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, it was so crap, I thought it was Netflix. This fits. I mean, it could have been, but here we go. See what I'm saying? Modern reimagining. This does not instill me with the greatest of confidence whenever this is mentioned. I mean, remember what we mentioned last year with Voltron? A modern retelling or reimagining of Voltron, and young pilots rescuing the old guys, basically, as it were. And then we get the same thing from, well, let's look at it this way, the new He-Man movie that's out, right? I mean, Idris Elba as Man at Arms. I mean, God, really? And I'm not saying that Idris Elba can't act, or shouldn't get the part. I'm not saying that. But again, it's another reimagining, right? Mr. Peterson. So the first two were modern, but they turned out okay, he says. But when you have to mention it as part of the sales, it goes to shit quick. Exactly. 100% true. Gap, yeah. Game bitches at the studio. We don't need modern. No, we don't. No, we don't. We need classic. We need classic. And if they're going to make it for, a modern reimagining, okay, this is how I picture modern reimagining, okay? Let's take the Mystery Machine, okay, the van itself, all right? And obviously when this cartoon came out in the 70s, right, it's a 70s style van, right? I mean, sure, you could reimagine the van to, update it a little bit more. I mean, to a more modern cargo van, for example. I mean, there are some stylish vans that you could turn into the mystery vehicle, the Mystery Machine. Not the characters don't really need a reimagining whatsoever. I mean, maybe the lingo a little bit, instead of saying groovy, I mean, nobody says groovy anymore. Unless you're Ash from Evil Dead, then that always stays cool. So, but, I mean, maybe update a little bit of the slang, but no. What they'll end up doing is, really getting in depth and, dismantling the character and rebuilding it. It just doesn't work. And yeah, Vince, with Voltron, you can make changes because they are not the original pilots, of course, you know. And that alone doesn't mean it's going to be bad. It's a yellow flag. True, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. So you gotta hold out a little bit, unfortunately. So, in John, yeah, selling it as modern means one or both of two things. Either they don't have the money to make it a period piece, so they use all the modern stuff, or they want to shoehorn a modern social message into it. Exactly. I agree. So, and it's probably the latter. So, anyway, so here we go. So during their final summer at camp, old friends Shaggy and Daphne, which is Grace, Grace McKenna Grace, get embroiled in a haunting mystery surrounding a lonely lost Great Dane puppy that may have been a witness to a supernatural murder. The logline reads, together with the pragmatic and scientific townie Vilma. Okay, kind of like that description of Velma. And the strange but ever so handsome new kid, Freddy. They set out to solve the case that is pulling each of them into a creepy nightmare that threatens to expose all their secrets. I mean, it's a good tagline. So it is a good tagline. Because you're kind of instantly, here and there, still giving that character description of some of the characters, right? Like Velma, like Freddy. Sort of kind of with Scooby Doo, a lost Great Dane puppy, right? So, and it's kind of nice to see that in the beginning of this paragraph, right? Old friends Shaggy and Daphne. So it seems to elude that Daphne and Shaggy are already friends, which ain't too bad. I can live with that. So, let's see. Vincent says, yeah, I'm still kind of hopeful for He-Man. Yeah, I know. I kind of get that. Personally, I was never really a big He-Man fan. I mean, I watched it a few times when I was a kid. It was more Transformers, right? And a few other things. Inhumanoids. That'd actually be kind of cool. Inhumanoids film. And it kind of depends on how much time they spend on Earth. Yeah, true. Mr. Peterson. Yeah, and there's the key to why it'll fail. After Lilliard's performance, all versions thereafter will be compared to him. And if it doesn't rise to him, it'll be rejected. Precisely. And Lillard is a good person, but his performance are hit and miss. Yeah, true. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind both movies. The second one was a little bit much for me, but whatever. I don't mind it. It wasn't all that bad. That it was pretty cartoony. So, and yeah, and Vince or John, yeah, his Shaggy is definitive. I have to agree with that. I'm waiting on a hero to get the pun. Oh my god. I was waiting actually for somebody to say that. Jeez. No, his is definitely the definite Shaggy when it comes to live action. 100%. I mean, he played it good. So, and that's a bar. For a goofy character like that, that's a bar. So anyway, goes on. The role marks a return to playing Daphne for Grace. She voiced the young version of the character in the animated film Scoob in 2020. And she was set to reprise the role in the prequel Scoob Holiday Haunt. But that film was axed by Warner Brothers Discovery in a cost-cutting move. Well, if you ever wondered why, if you heard about it, well, now you know. It was axed. So Grace has also played the young version of main characters in shows like the Netflix series Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I didn't even know that was a thing. And in films like Captain Marvel, damn it, and I, Tonya. Interesting. So apparently, Grace went on to receive an Emmy nomination in 2021 for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Drama for her work in the hit Hulu series Handmaid's Tale. Never watched it, don't plan on it. It's written by a wacky Canadian author, and she has the most wildest, crazy old woman hair that I've ever seen. Elsewhere in television, she's also known for her work in The Young and the Restless and The Haunting on Hill House, Young Sheldon, and Designated Survivor. So in films, she starred in projects like Gifted, Ghostbusters Afterlife, not too bad, right, and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So far she's got quite the resume. Some of it not too bad. Some of it could be better, and some of it, okay, sure, I'll give it a go. It's yeah, Handmaiden was a continuous left-it fever dream. I agree with that. Those are one of the books. I know the movie came out like what was it? Late '80s, early '90s, or something like that. And Margaret Atwood, I swear, she's a nutbag liberal woman that lives in BC, probably with a few cats, and she's got that crazy old woman hair. She does. She really seriously is a nutcase. So you look at any of her recent quotes over the past couple of years, crazy woman vibes. It's nuts. But yeah, and apparently Five Nights was fun. I haven't watched 2 yet. That's what I heard. I haven't watched the first one either. I'd like to, and I hope the first one is okay. I haven't seen the second one. I'd like to. I should. So, but yeah, we'll have to see. So anyway, she is ripped by CAA and Entertainment 360. Josh Applebaum and Scott Rosenberg serve as writers and showrunners, and will also executive produce along with Andre Nimick and Jeff Pinkner under their Midnight Radio banner. Greg Berlanti, Sarah Schrader, and Leigh London Redman will executive produce via Berlanti Productions. You got so many executive producers. It's like they all invite their friends just so they can get a big ass paycheck, each one of them. And if you're spending that much on executive producers, cuts the budget for other things. I mean, you look at any Star Trek production nowadays, and what they got like about maybe 20 producers, which is stupid. It's retarded. Warner Brothers Television will produce, obviously. Berlanti Productions is currently under an overall deal with WBTV, with the studio controlling the rights to the Hanna-Barbera characters. I really hate it that Hanna-Barbera got sold to Warner Brothers. I really, really do. Because you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's, but you will never see the likes of, other earlier productions like Flintstones, God, even Captain K-Man. The only thing that I seen from Hanna-Barbera over I'm gonna say over the last I'm gonna say within 5 to 10 years, not including Scooby-Doo, is a DC comic that put out the Flintstones. I am not kidding. I am not kidding. And it doesn't even look like the Hanna-Barbera characters. It looks more quote unquote realistic, and you guessed it. It's like caveman activism. It's just bad. Yeah, it's sad for Hannah. Nah, not so much for Barbara. So, yeah. So apparently, yeah. No duh. Like we didn't already know, this will not be the first live-action Scooby-Doo project to make it to the screen. So, most famously, Scooby-Doo was released in 2002 with Freddie Prinze Jr. I wonder whatever happened to him. Sarah Michelle Gellar, I didn't mind her in it. Matthew Lillard, yeah, as we know, is Shaggy. Zoid Scoob. And Linda Cardellini with Neil Fanning voicing Scooby. You know what? It really, honestly, God, I think it should have been Frank Welker for some odd reason. And the film was a box office success. Yeah, I mean, it was a great film. It was awesome. I remember going and seeing it, generating over $250 million worldwide back in 2002, whatever that is with inflation, and the sequel with the same cast, Scooby-Doo: Monsters Unleashed, which came out in 2004 and grossed over 180 million. So it was also the live-action TV. There was a live-action TV film, Scooby-Doo: The Mystery Begins, and its sequel that was released in 2009 and 2010. I had no idea there was a live-action TV film. I really honestly didn't. I mean, I wasn't really that huge into. I mean, I watched the cartoon when I was a kid, but that's pretty much as far as it went. And I remember getting into college. Around 2000s, 99, 2000, it just seemed to have just made this surge revival. It was like really weird. Freddie Prinze was dead last year. Oh, really? Did he really? I must have missed that. I know what you did last summer because I'm older and we had to make a movie that flopped. Did he really? No. Damn, I missed that. Also, he married to Sarah Gellar. Really, in real life. Yeah, I think I heard that somewhere. Yeah. So, wow, I had no idea he died. Dang, dude. What the heck was I? Oh, he's not dead. Oh, okay. Well, then, Freddie Prinze was dead. Well, then, Gab, what are you saying? It's like Freddie Prinze was dead last year's. Oh, last year. Oh, okay. In the movie. I know what you did last summer. They made that over again. Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they? Okay. All right. So, in real life, he's not dead. He died in the movie. I know what you did last summer. Gotcha. Okay, fine. So, and John, you got to get going. Hey, not a problem, dude. All good. Catch it on the rewind. Things will happen for Vince. But glad that you can make it here. Leave a comment down below, and hit the like button. Share away. I appreciate it. And yeah, and speaking of the dead, Rip Robert Duvall. Yeah, great actor, awesome. And Jesse Jackson. Yeah, and he's passed away too. So crazy. Everybody's dropping like flies, and I'm kind of wondering why. So yes, I did. I do. Do I know what you did last year? Oh man. Yeah, Jesse Jackson passed away too. Jeez, man, it's crazy. I suspect certain jabs were taken. Anyway, but I'm not going to go there. And there also has been a wide range of Scooby-Doo animated projects over the years. Well, that's true. Beginning in the original cartoon in the late 60s. Was it late 60s? I could have swore it was 70s. Whatever, time flies. And various incarnations have followed over the many years, spanning multiple animated films and series. So, yeah. that's who we get for Velma. Uh, yeah, no, you didn't hear about Jesse Jackson? No, I heard earlier today. Yeah, apparently he passed away now too. So crazy stuff. So yeah, that's who we're getting for for Daphne, McKenna Grace in a Netflix live action series. Pretty crazy. Um, I mean, what do you guys think? You guys that are watching in the on Rumbles or on X or here on the YouTubes. I don't know. So far, do you think okay casting? I mean, is are we being too inundated with too much Scooby Doo? I don't know. So Scooby is 56 in human years and 7 in dog years. Yeah, he's eternally young, and that's the way he stays. Jeez. Um, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Uh, Personally, I don't think there's really any point of doing a Scooby Doo movie. I really honestly don't. Um, it's but whatever. It seems like here's a weird thing. It seems like whenever Warner Brothers is in need of money for a movie, it's always a Batman movie, or if they want to make a little bit of extra scratch on the side, it turns out to be like a DC animated movie, right? Um, and I'm gonna say if they want to make some little bit of extra light money, it's like throwing around money a little bit that they don't care about. It's like this is Scooby Doo money, movie or series or something like that. It's really weird. So anything to kind of like flavor up the brand, the Warner Brothers brand a bit. What are they putting into those Scooby snacks? Cheap crack. Anyway, uh, cocaine, Colombian marching powder, um, stuff like that. Anyway, because I can't. Here's the other thing. When it comes to Warner Brothers, I honestly can't think of any other property besides anything Hanna-Barbera or DC Comics that they have. I I really honestly can't. Yeah, it's definitely cocaine. Yeah, definitely. Uh, maybe maybe a little bit of ganja. So that would explain Shaggy and Scooby hanging out all the time. So and yeah, Vince, yeah, remakes, reboots, new adaptations, prequels and sequels. That's 80% of the movie releases these days. Yeah, and it's tiring. It's stupid. But I mean, name me another popular franchise that Warner Brothers owns, because maybe I'm missing it. Okay, besides DC Comics and Hanna Barbera, Scooby Doo, Looney Tunes, Gap, yes, definitely Looney Tunes. And what have they done with that lately? I mean, not much. I mean, they sort of kind of released a movie. Apparently, the movie is getting released. What was it, the day the Earth exploded or whatever it was supposed to be? It was supposed to come in movie theaters last year, but it was pulled for some odd reason. I know Scotty over at Any Derivatives Jill's channel. He saw it. He was lucky to see it. I believe he did. I'm pretty sure it was Scotty, but apparently it is getting finally a release from what I've heard. So But I mean, okay, so let's say movie-wise, besides those three obvious properties, I mean, anything else? It seems like it's a worn out company. It's like last night I saw that basketball movie. Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Movie theaters. That was good. That was so funny. Um, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Universal. I really can't think of a really bad movie that they put out. And it seems like, because Universal has all the movie monsters, all the classic movie monsters and stuff like that. Dracula, Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Invisible Man, oh God, let me think, Wolfman, The Mummy, stuff like that, right? So you can always kind of rely on some monster movies, and they've got a lot of other properties that they fall back on, and um, Paramount. Just, hate to mention it now, but Star Trek, yeah, when it was good, and yeah, I mean Warner Brothers just had many live action IPs. True, it's just that I can't think of any. That's the problem. That isn't Batman or DC Comics or any Hanna-Barbera property. But yeah, I know. We just have to see what happens. And I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be great coming right out the gate, but I mean, it is Brothers, and it is Netflix. Uh, there we go. Yes, that correct. Matrix, except the fourth one. The fourth one was complete trash. So I know a lot of people, I don't know, for some odd reason, didn't like, what was it, the second Matrix movie. I didn't mind all three. Supernatural. You know what? That's a series that I haven't watched. I really honestly haven't watched it. So, but a lot of people seem to like it. A lot of people seem to like it. So, okay, cool. But yeah, all of them, and I'm not just saying just Warner Brothers, but all of them better get their butts in gear and really think of something original. Because let's put it this way: Fox used to put out quite a lot of really good movies, really good movies. And I'm not saying Universal didn't or Paramount didn't. Universal, they put out quite a bit of really good movies, except for the last few Jurassic World movies. So I'm not even going to get into that. What? No, Animatrix was the fourth IP. Wasn't bad. Oh, okay. If you can't Animatrix as the fourth movie, no, that was good. I'm talking about the fourth live action movie. So, live action. That was complete and utter horse crap. Animatrix was good. Gap. I'll have it watched. I'll have it watch Supernatural, because when I first saw the advertisement, I thought this was going to be this was for a teenage girl show. You know what? Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too, or it was a little bit too goofy for me. I've not watched Supernatural because I thought it was a teenage show for girls. Yeah, no, I can see that. I can go ahead and understand that. So yeah, and I completely understand. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll watch it. So there are only 3 live action movies. Says Vince. Okay, Vince, you are correct. Yes. And for that, Vince, I give you this. Yes, you're correct, Vince. There are only 3 live-action Matrix movies. So, there you go. And you know what? That's also for Gap as well. Why not? So he's been good. He deserves that as well. So, okay, so you know what? Because there's a major snowstorm happening right now, and it's still happening, which is really weird. What I'm gonna do for you guys, I'm gonna give you an early thought from the throne from Rancor Steve. So Amelia's being naughty. That's the UK. So this is Alberta's Amelia. Oh my God. Here you go. Thought from the throne from Rancor Steve.
I love that.
It's been scientifically proven that women love a man who's patriotic to the country he lives in, and not to Star Trek or Star Wars. Especially not Acolyte. That shit's gay.
And there you go. So, yeah, that shit is entirely gay. God, especially Acolyte. My God. Let's see. And if you want to go ahead and check out Rancor Steve and his Manorama that are going on right now, then there you go for all you guys and gals that are on X, on Rumble, and on the YouTubes. Go ahead and head over to Rancor Steve, and we hope he comes back. We is really good and comes back. I miss Steve, so he's been a little scarce on medias, but I'm sure he's going to be coming back. So there he is on the YouTubes, and if you want to go ahead, he is also on Rumble as well. So if you head again and check out the shows, Manorama, in a world that hates men and white men being men. In the fight against toxic masculinity, there is Rancor Steve and Manorama. Go check them out on Rumble and YouTube today. And Vince, it's toilet time starts Power Rangers music. Oh my God. And Gap After Dark. Dex said, it will. Wait. Dex said, the Alberta Amelia will. Well, Gap. I am saving something for Sunday for huge circles. So let's just put it that way. So, and you know what? Hey, don't worry about the spilling issues. I get that way too. So, Vince says, Mike, you should do a video with Alberta, Amelia, and the others in style of Power Rangers. The coins have their emblems of their respected country on it. Dude, you know what? That'd be pretty awesome. That actually would be pretty awesome. Amelia having a coin with the Union Jack on it. Alberta with a coin with the province of Alberta on it. I think there's one for Ireland. There's another one for Germany, and I think there might be another one for France. So Yeah, yeah. So, um, that actually might do. That'd be You got the hamster wheels turning inside my head. Vince, this is not a fantasy of yours. Oh my god. Okay, I'm making no sense at all. What? Oh, I love you guys. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. Now, you know what? Maybe I'll give you a little bit of a preview. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second here. For Gap. It's for Gap, man. I can't leave Gap hanging. Oh no, wait, no. See, I can't just yet. No, actually, no. Maybe I can. Hold on a second here. That's me. Delete because we just played it. Hold on a second here. Yes. Yes. I think I might be able to do something to Gap. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see. Let me see if this is the one. Article.
You're tuned into the only channel that draws huge circles.
Yes, it is that one. Okay, that's what I thought. Gap, my friend. Your wish will come true. Hold on a sec. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Let me just fast forward a little bit here. And oh no, it's not dead. No, hold on. Okay. Okay. Add video.
You're tuned into the only channel that draws huge circles. It's the Comic Relief Crusader. You're tuned into the only channel that draws huge circles. It's the Comic Relief Crusader.
There you go. So, how was that? Was that all right? or no, I didn't go blank. I thought you guys actually could still hear me while I was looking for the video. So nothing happened here. I didn't realize that you guys couldn't hear me while I was searching for the video. So yeah, there you go, Gap. For you, right? Because I care about my audience. So yeah, so I'm thinking about that for an alternate huge circle Sundays. So Vince, I played the part of the beanbag. Yes, you did.
You're tuned into the only channel that draws huge circles. It's the Comic Relief Crusader.
There you go. So, yes. Okay, so anyway, let's get a little bit into some good news while we're here. And we will share the screen. So we're going to we doing and talking about a little bit of some Shonen Jump kind of stuff right now. Because this article from Bounding into Comics kind of interesting, if I do say so myself. Apparently, Shonen Jump editorial says social media, so everything on the Facebooks, on X, on I don't know, Instagram, stuff like that, has led to the rise of mangaka who care more about defying expectations than entertaining. And you know what? I kind of have to agree with them on that. Because, what can I say? Just when you think things were going to go in a particular direction, especially in a particular manga or anime, it definitely throws a definitely throws you a curveball and you miss it. So, meanwhile, you know, in North American comics, I mean, we've seen the articles that have played out by now. So, and I saw one recently that you know, DC Comics has trounced Marvel for sales in 2025, and I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, but a week or two before that, Jim Lee openly admits that that manga has conquered comics in North America and DC Comics. So I don't care if DC has conquered over Marvel. Doesn't matter. It's manga's slaughtering the both of you. So I don't care, because I don't read your crap anymore, because it's full of SJW, friggin' woke political crap, environmental bullshit. And that's the way I'm going to say it, because it's true. So, yeah, like a rubber band manga, exactly. Precisely. So what's going on here with Shonen Jump? Well, this is exactly what's going on with Shonen Jump. Unfortunately confirming that the recent cancer of subverting expectations just for the sake of it has not been limited to Western media. The Shonen Jump editorial board has advised fledgling mangaka, that's basically people that manga, that should they really wish to connect with their audience, they must avoid letting their own egos override the medium's base goal of entertaining readers. So in a nutshell, okay, and we've seen this in Western comics so many times, don't write yourself into the story. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. Nobody will connect with you because nobody cares. Just keep it centric to the characters for the sake of entertaining the readers. That's what it's about. Yeah, I don't deal with a bar at DC for like 25 years. Isn't that how long that messaging has been going on? It seemed like it. And Marvel not a bar, Siri must be drunk tonight. Yup. Yup. And you know what? Because Vince is still proving that he's still working hard on the rub side. Oh, man. Poor Vince. So here's the thing, okay? You know, we don't read the, you know, we don't want the author injecting themselves in the character. That's not what it's about. It's never been about that. It shouldn't be about that. And that's all that we're getting through Marvel and DC, and it's corrupting the young readers out there because they think that this is what everybody's talking about, and this is how they weaponize entertainment Um, it's well done. Thank you. This is how they weaponize entertainment to corrupt the young, essentially, because they think, well, it's being talked about in my school. It's being talked about, here and there and everywhere. It's being talked about in, I don't know, in movies and cartoons, and it's being talked about in comics. So it must be okay, right? It's like, no, it's not. Because superhero books are supposed to be entertaining. It's about getting away from reality. And I'm glad that Shonen Jump is saying something about it. We don't want to read about you. We want to read about the character. And if your character is basically, you, well, then you're not entertaining anybody. And rightfully so, because I don't want to read it. I want heroes to be heroes. See, now, didn't I provide something better than this? Except for maybe that. I don't know. Anyway, so this insight into the current workings of the Japanese manga scene were provided by an unidentified editorial board member in response to a question asked via the open Q&A box featured on the Jump Manga Award homepage. Itself an online hub where potential entrants can find any and all details regarding the magazine's various open submissions contest. Okay? And you know what? Because the Relief Crusader knows what he is talking about precisely. That website that he's talking about, I know where you can go ahead and find that. Because that website, and I'm going to put it right here in the chat, is right here, okay? And now I know that you're going to have to be able to read Japanese, and anything submitted here, does have to be in Japanese. But this is basically the website that's right here, okay? It's rookie.shonenjump.com. And here's how this works. You might remember that I think it was like last week, if not the week before, I told you about a website where various people can submit ideas and get it reviewed by an editor. And if you remember me talking about this, places like Kodansha, which has put out, like Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Attack on Titan, the really, really popular mangas that have been out. Their editors usually go places like Days Neo, looking for, the next idea. And Shonen Jump has done the same thing, and it's at this website too. And if you want to submit a story idea or get recognized by an editor over at Shonen Jump, then that is exactly where you go. However, on this, well, you got to submit everything in Japanese. So, me no speak, no read Japanese gap. No, that's fine. You know what? Because here's the thing. If you can view it, say, through like Google Chrome, or if you got the Brave browser, then usually in the address bar, if you look at the end of the address bar, if you go to a foreign site, you might see an interesting little tab that's in the address bar on the far right. It shows a little Japanese kanji along with a English A. And if that happens to show up, then a little interesting tab will show up on the bottom. This is Japanese and English. And if you click on the English, then it'll translate the whole entire website for you. Say if you're using like the Brave browser. So, and then you can read everything in English, even the links. So, but anyway, so yeah, more than likely that board member response was probably from the Rookie Shonen Jump website, more than likely. I'm guessing, though. not saying for sure. But yeah, anybody that wants to submit, because they got lots of contests in Japan, they got contests that you can throw your book into, and if it gets picked by an editor, well, then you're in. But here's the thing, yeah, if you're injecting yourself into the story, nobody wants to read it. And as we've multiply said many times over, Japanese doesn't want the woke bullcrap. So I'll get more into the art. I'll tell you more about what's going on too. So first the article. Yeah, reading is tough. Speaking Japanese is complicated, but not impossible. If I can sort of do it, anyone can. See, there you go. Never stop trying. Now, met with an inquiry as to what does it mean to face the reader. The official account replied via Deep L. I think the difference lies in whether the author is drawing solely on their own satisfaction or with a strong focus on entertaining the reader. See, and here's the thing. You can always tell. Because if it just happens to be a message and you know exactly what I'm talking about, well then it's again, it's not going to be entertaining. There's a difference between, obviously preaching to the reader and trying to entertain them. If you're entertaining, then, it is about heroics. It is about, excelling. If it's an author that basically ends up being wordy and preachy and stuff like that, it's not entertaining. They're trying to guilt you into something. Anyway, expanding on their assertion, the editor explained, with the recent proliferation of social media, we increasingly see instances where creators seem driven by a desire to be perceived as amazing by readers, a desire fundamentally divorced from the core purpose of entertaining them. This can manifest as an obsession with defying expectations, while excessively downplaying the importance of not disappointing expectations. So, you guys kind of get what they're saying here? Because I'm sure you do, because none of you guys are stupid whatsoever. So, if a writer author, if a artist author or an artist writer really wants to entertain, then like what I did on a couple of weeks ago on Huge Circles, we kind of went through the process of how you should put a story together. And Al Nickerson was with us, and and a lot of them he thought were really, really good ideas. And I think there might have been one or two things that he's like, you know what, kind of never really did that, but that seemed a good idea. So I mean, he's learning. Not saying that he's learning from me, but maybe there was something about it that he didn't think of before, and because I'm sure that he obviously knows way more than I do. But I mean, if you got a story and you have a passion for that story to want to come out, and you put your heart and soul into it, you wanted to entertain the masses. And FKHC, nice to see you, bro. Just swinging by. I bet you are. And we're brave. I'm glad to see that you're still here. I've had the opposite issue. I can read it easier, and in the days I was talking Japanese, I could write a number of kanji easily, but I always had issues speaking it. Dude, I didn't know that you could read it? Wow! That's amazing, man. Geez, good on you, dude. That's amazing. Um, so, Windbrave, I think I had the same problem. Or I think the problem I have is that I mix up the two written languages in Japanese. Oh, yeah, yeah. Or three? There's three? I thought there was two. I thought there was, what is it? I know the first one is kanji. The next one is, was it Haramashi or something like that? I can't remember. Um, so, I didn't know there's three. I thought there were only two. Okay, well, whatever. Helps that I'm into manga and anime. Well, yeah, exactly, right? So, um, oh, dude, Windrave found a box. So, just to let you know, don't worry, I haven't forgot about you. I'm not gonna forget about you. So, Haragana. Yes, that's it. Thank you, Vincent. Hiragana, katakana. Yes, katakana. Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. Yeah, and kanji. I forgot about hiragana. I did. I forgot about that. Okay, yeah. So, certain certain dojins reading material helps to keep words in mind. So cool. Thank you again. Hey, not a problem, dude. I'm sorry for being slow. It just things are really, really crazy here. But don't worry, I haven't forgot about you, man. So, also, Winrave, or actually, you know what? To the entire channel, I got an interesting Dojin, Transformer Dojin, that maybe you guys might be interested in. I think it came through. Actually, I think I have two of them because a Dojin are basically like kind of like fanzines, like independent published manga of sorts, or at least how I remember. I think I have two, so that maybe you might be interested in seeing. I think one of them is through Antarctic Press. Anyway, so yeah, so if you have a passion for a story, is it the Transformer Mazinger one? No, although I do have that one. Yeah, you want it to be about the characters. You want it to be about the story. You don't want it to be about, this is about me, because then it becomes an ego project, and then you find out how empty it can be when you're writing about yourself. So it just ends up empty, vapid, void. So it's not fun at all. Then yeah, Dojins are fan comics, be it played straight out of manga canon or going in other directions. Yeah. So Gap, you gotta get going. Okay, hey, not a problem, dude. Catch the rest on the wait grind because I'm gonna be showing a cartoon later on because on our countdown to One Piece. So yes. And yeah, speaking of Transformers, Rip Trail Breaker. Oh god, yeah, right. Anyway, so what else is he saying? And that movie was great, Chainsaw Man movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. 100%. Because I mean, you ever going to see that in Western comics? No. So, with Reese and Chainsaw Man. So they goes on to say, of course, a healthy dose of self-satisfaction is necessary. I mean, you can put, like, say, personal experiences in there, stuff like that. I mean, creating work solely with the intent to entertain readers risks producing something utterly bland. See, exactly what I'm talking about. Devoid of the author's unique taste or flavor, which could get easily lost in today's saturated manga market. It is true. However, with that self-satisfaction, when that self-satisfaction runs wild and the I'll show them mentality becomes too strong, resulting in developments that please no reader, Well, it might be something they've never seen before and shock readers in a negative way. It's a disappointing endpoint that fails to face the reader. Exactly. You know, it's because I mean, how many manga or say anime along the way have been just totally 100% canceled? Just maybe they've just gone in that wrong direction. I mean, maybe it's just too much self-inserting, and it's like you're reading more about the creator than you are about the character, and it becomes a dead end point basically. So I will definitely watch the remainder of the show tomorrow. Not a problem, bro. It's all good. But now it's all mine. No, you got to share with one rave. So, not, not gonna lie, you got to share. You got to share with one rave. Oh, and now DJ Ronnie G is now in the mix too. So, pop culture mechanic raider, right on, dude. Sweet. We got DJ Ronnie G. Yeah, what up, Gavin? Good seeing you both. Dude, it is so awesome to see you two, man. We're having so much fun. And because Vince has been such a good mod, I'm treating him. I'm treating him well. So, and you know what? Fortunately, now that Gab is gone, that means it's more for Winrave and you two as well. DJ Ronnie G. It's good to see you, man. It's really, really good to see you. So, okay, so we're talking about some manga here, and how Shonen Jump is like saying, you know what? Essentially, we don't want self-inserting woke crap in our manga, and that's why we're just not going to pick you because we don't want to end up as a North American comic. So, don't worry, it gets really good. So, closing out their answer, the editor finally asserted the ultimate ideal, okay? The ultimate ideal in manga, basically, is to surpass the reader's predictions and exceed their expectations. Wow. When was the last time a Marvel, DC, Image, IDW comic ever did that? Next to never. Next to never. Never. And this is why I said earlier, yeah, DC bragged about, outselling Marvel last year. But like I said, a week or two ago, Jim Lee was saying, well, manga's outselling us. Yeah, because you guys suck. Because of all the pandering that you've done. Because you didn't surpass readers' you didn't exceed the readers' expectations. And surpass the reader's predictions.
So what would you recommend?
You didn't weave left when when everybody thought that you were going to weave right. That's the thing. So he goes on to say, however, for commercial works, the impression is often that if you're going to disappoint expectations, it's better not to even surprise them. Oh, wow. So there you go. Another reason why North American comics fail. Because it's not even a surprise anymore. You know where it's going. And this is why all these damn readers, or writers, sorry, continuously insert themselves. And he ultimately concluded, this is purely my personal view, so I'm sure there are other analyses that differ from this. Well, there might be, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot. And you know what? Yeah. And DJ Ronnie G, yeah, exactly. You are 100% correct. Japan is back. It is. And it is, like I said, it's slaughtering. You know what? In the 80s, it was all the gimmicky gadgets that they had out in the 80s, right? And with marketing and all that kind of stuff, they flooded the North American market with the Walkman, with VCRs and like cameras and all the merchandising that came out of Japan. It was top notch quality, right? And, here in North America, I mean, we did sort of kind of, catch up in a way. But I mean, now it's a different way. Now it's the entertainment sector. And and now it's now it's manga and anime, and now it's going to be movies. Because just think of Godzilla minus one. And yeah, Brave, exactly, it is smart of them. It's totally 100% smart of them. Yeah, the good old days. Vince, I still have my old Sony Walkman. Wow. God, I wish I had mine. So what else are they saying here? So all in all, the advice provided by the Shonen Jump editorial board, and I mean these guys know what they're doing, because most of the stuff that they put out are constant hits all the time, is neither new or novel, but rather a restating of the age-old principle that commercial creators should make it a point to stick to their creative guns as much as possible, while also taking care to listening to fan feedback. Wow. And adjusting accordingly and honestly. Well, see, it's a no-brainer. It's a 100% a no-brainer. Because I mean, let's put it this way. I mean, not to be. Don't even exactly want to say it this way. But, it's not to be egotistical, but I mean, you guys have heard me on this channel say enough times. Is there anything else that I can probably do to make things maybe a little bit more entertaining? I probably don't say that enough, though. But I mean, let's say in huge circles, when I'm character creating, and I kind of involve all of you guys, or if I'm asking for your opinion on something, I mean, I'm looking for feedback. It's not to feed the my ego, but I just want to hear your guys' opinions, because they do matter, and sure, say on huge circles on Sundays, if I'm character creating, and some of you do have suggestions, and sure, I'll change the drawing a bit, and you find out later that, hey, actually that works out a lot better. Fan feedback, it's important. And, adjusting to the fan feedback. That's what fan service is all about. That's what it should be about. Listen to the fans. The fans are the ones that have made you the money. Same thing with anything that comes out of Hollywood. I know there have been a few movies that are out there. It's like, oh, well, that's just pure fan service. Duh. Because it's supposed to be. Because if we're the ones to be spending our money, then yeah, I want exactly what I want. So, and if you're giving it to me, well, then yeah, then I'll spend more money. I'll buy another movie ticket. Or I'll buy it on Blu-ray or, whatever. So I'll buy the box set if I want to, That's what it's about. So, but interestingly, the seeming desperation with which the board member shared this advice comes amidst an ongoing turn by Japanese media away from domestic markets and towards those across the globe. So, as motivated by Japan's ongoing birth crisis, well, now that they voted for an extremely competent prime minister, that might be changing, and its resulting reduction in local audiences and customer bases. Shonen Jump is far from the first Japanese entity to make a pointed call for domestic creators to remember their unique cultural identity, with Farron Beyond Journey's End, director Kichiro Saito, and producer Takashi Nakame Sword Art Online director Tomohiko Ito, and even Neon Genesis Evangelion creator Hideaki Anno have voiced their opinion or have voiced their opposition to chasing such a global conformity. Exactly, because they know what works, and it doesn't help to, conform, or, should we be listening to, maybe what the North Americans want? No. And Mr. Peterson, you're back. No problem, dude. No, they shouldn't listen to us. They 100% should not listen to us. So, DJ Ronnie G, yeah, Japan is back. They're 100% back. And they're not going to listen to us. And that's a good thing. Because I want Japan in my manga. I want that culture in my manga. I want that Japanese culture in my storytelling. That's why I enjoyed so much. And if you have international creators that can try to keep to that, honoring that Japanese culture, well, then that's great. Then at least we're going to get a little bit of extra flavoring, from creators around the world that can keep that respect for the Japanese culture. That's what I want. Just good storytelling. So DJ Ronnie G, thank you also for being here. I really appreciate it. Mr. Peterson, you know what? I'm gonna have to do this for you both. So DJ Ronnie G, this is what you've been missing out on. And you know what? That's pretty much as far as I'm going to go. Because every time Vincent does something good, he gets rewarded. And Vincent, just to let you know, there's 11 of those videos. So there. For you. Oh, man. Okay. What else? What else we're going to be talking about? Well, like I said, because there's a snowstorm happening right now, and exactly, goodness gracious. Oh yes, my friend. Oh yes. That is my protagonist for my manga. So, and that's why my Sunday show is called Huge Circles. Anyway, so you know what? See, now we're at an hour and a half, and gonna try to make it to the store before it closes, because like I said, we had a big snowstorm going on. And now ring the bell and watch Fred's drill. I will. So while you're here, if you again happen to be watching on Rumble or X or YouTube, and you happen to be coming across this channel, and DJ G, next time you see Pop Culture Mechanic, tell him thank you for the raid, and I appreciate it. Remember, we like to have fun here on this channel and just loosen up a bit, and we try to be the channel that brings good news instead of a lot of the channels that just bitch and complain about all the bad news that's going on. And we just try to keep things fun here as much as humanly possible. So, what are we going to do next? So before we go, like I said, before we got the countdown going on to One Piece Season 2, which is actually pretty good. What we've been doing here, what we used to do on Fridays, we're now doing on Titillating Tuesdays, and that is having a little bit of a cartoon before we clock out for today. So, to all of you out there, enjoy the cartoon as we play it now.
You there, join us! And who are they supposed to be?
I believe in some circles they're known as children.
Thank you for that input, Zoro.
Speaking of input, why do you think they're here, Nami?
Is that like a vagina joke?
What's this vagina?
We may have to reevaluate our decision. Nope, too late. You're hanging with us now.
Yo! Don't give it up, Lupe. Don't give it up, Lupe. Don't give it up, Lupe. Don't give it up, Solo.
Ah, come on.
And what in the crap do we have here?
Jesus, Usopp's girlfriend has loaded out the butthole.
Dude, I said butthole! He did say butthole!
Just for clarification, you're sure this is where Usopp is?
To be honest, we really don't know.
The education system on this island is pretty poor. It's actually pretty amazing I can tie my own shoes, let alone read a compass.
The real irony of it all is everyone seems to listen to us just because we talk like assholes. Hey, fuckfaces! I think I figured a way in! Everyone touch my body!
Like this?
Sure, whatever.
Memories.
And it turns out they were human bones. I think my organs are bleeding.
Which organs?
All of them.
Oh, boo-hoo!
Looks like somebody's getting a little chunky around the curves, I see.
Huh?
Yeah, maybe you should think twice before having all that Demerol and not doing anything all day.
Aw, but I threw most of it up.
Excuses are the devil's food. You know how fat he can get? This is not meant to be offensive to a group of people and their sexuality, but you are gay.
I believe the term you're looking for is feminine.
Shut up,
I'll have you know I've slept with most of the women on this island. Whatever, hetero
Why am I on this crew again?
Look, I have a rubber penis.
Ah.
I don't care about any of this. Well, do you know what I care about?
You're evil, aren't you?
They are so fucking onto us!
Calm yourself, cool row. Our plan will not go
You okay? You need a minute?
unhindered.
Yeah, what plan was that again?
I don't know. Something about you being a butler for 3 years and then killing Miss Kaya. I'm not too sure. Look, I wasn't paying attention. Let's kill the blonde-haired girl and take her property. I feel like that would be a pirate thing to do.
Yeah, but why was I a butler for 3 years?
It doesn't matter.
Why couldn't it have been like 1.5?
Look, it's not important.
Well, it may not be a big deal to you, but outside your contact, the only people I've been able to hang out with are some weird annoying girl and a goddamn lamb man. Let me repeat that. A goddamn lamb man! He's a f***ing man and a lamb! I have nothing in common with a person like that! What could I possibly talk to him about? Oh yeah, how much did you sell your wool for in the market? I got jack shit because my dad didn't f*** a sheep!
You don't have to be an asshole! Holy shit, did you hear that?
Yeah, somebody f***ed a sheep.
That and their cold-blooded pirates. Looks like your intuition was right. We have to warn everyone.
You guys are pirates!
What the fuck?
What?
What the f*** was that?
What are you talking about?
You let them know we're here!
You said warn everybody!
Oh my god! I suppose this means we'll have to push up the date of our attack. I will gather the men, and we shall strike.
Seriously, this could be like a tumor.
At dawn.
Could it be dawn 30? There's something I want to take care of.
There you are. How you doing?
Look, I've had a very rough day. I just want to go to bed.
Rough day, huh? You know what would cheer you up? You should have some barrels of hay. Make you feel better. Make you healthy. Make you strong. Everybody likes hay. Take a nap in the field. Lay on your side and just take a nap.
Kuro! Wait! You should just try some hay!
Alright, team, assemble.
We've been here for like 40 minutes.
Well then, assemble better.
I don't know how to do that.
Don't be a wise guy, Zoro.
I don't think he's in danger of that.
Hey, you too, Nami! What I want to know is why we should even help this Usopp guy. I mean, what's he done for us?
Believe it or not, Zoro, I need him to be part of my crew. He's an excellent tactician and manipulator.
So what? We're just sailing around. Why do we even need the guy?
Because, Zoro, one day I want to find the nun piece.
The what?
The nun piece, Zoro.
What's that?
It's a legendary hidden place, said to contain true happiness.
But everyone already knows where the strip club is.
I think he means real happiness, Zorro.
But everyone already knows where the strip club is.
Damn it, Zorro, just trust me on this.
There you guys are.
Did you warn the village?
I was supposed to do that?
Stay tuned for scenes from the next episode.
And that's pretty much it for this Tuesday. So there you go. Another non-piece episode here for you all. And I'm glad that at least DJ Ronnie G enjoyed it. So there you go. I'm happy. You have something new. And watch the previous Tuesday episodes near the end, because then you'll see it all the way from episode 1. So, oh yeah, I want to find the nun piece too, says Vince. Oh, you'll find it easily, my friend, like this. See what I'm talking about there? There you go. You know what I'm talking about now. And like I said, I have 11 of them bits. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for today. Let's see, what do I got going on Saturday? Yes, we have a particular movie that we're going to be watching on Mike's Movie Matinee. So it starts around noon time, which is mountain time, obviously. Which starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, whatever that turns out to be, on the Pacific side of things. I think they call it 11 a.m., if I'm not mistaken. Yes, definitely 100% 11 a.m. Pacific. So, what is the movie going to be? Well, I'm just going to have to let you know in this kind of fashion right now. So, like this.
Hail, cinephiles! Do you crash? Come to Mike's Movie Matinee, where we make movies magnificent again, every Saturday. This Saturday, we're watching Morocco from 1930, with Marlene Dietrich and Gary Cooper. Grab some popcorn and enjoy the movie.
So that's what is going on this Saturday. So we're going to be watching 1930s Morocco with Gary Cooper. So already loaded up and ready to go, and we will see you there at noon Mountain Time, which happens to be the Republic of Alberta's time zone, which is 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. on the Pacific side of things. So there you go. Yes, 100% DJ Ronnie G. She is the mascot. That is correct, because she's the protagonist in the manga that I am making. So there you go. Yeah, that being said, you know what, I really got to do this thing on I'm gonna have to do a thing on Thursday. Yes, and for all the links that that Vince has put out on the YouTube side of things and Rumble, and saying to like, share, comment, and follow, that's, well, okay, Vince. Yeah, you get one more for that. There you go, Vince. So, yeah, and especially if you happen to be in Europe, 8 p.m., where he is in Europe. And exactly, it's a perfect time to watch movies. So, exactly, yeah, she's way too happy and perky to be a hunter. Well, when you're on your off time there, John, then you can afford that time off. So, like I am tomorrow. So yeah, Sunday, same time, same bat channel, as they say. We're going to be having huge circles. So that's going to be with Al Nickerson. I think I'm going to swap every other week, maybe with Joe. I think I'll do that, depending. how things go. So Sunday, huge circles where we're drawing, where we're having fun, and where we're prepping up for the manga for the Republic of Alberta, whenever that happens. First comic that comes out on Sunday, so pay attention to that. So, that being said, John, I need a glimpse of her dark side. I'll think of something. That being said, everybody, thank you very much for making a fun show happen here. I really honestly do appreciate it. You know what? Yeah, I'm just trying to explore a few little different options to kind of like make this channel a little bit more exciting for all you guys out there. A little bit more fun. And you know what? It's a pretty good idea. It's like the character that I drew up, she's becoming the mascot, which is kind of cool in a way. So, anyway, that being said, hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I know I keep on saying it. I'll think of something for Thursday. So, for Sunday, you could go into how you found your voice. Oh, that'll be an interesting story. Yes. So, anyway, all you creators, yes, like, share, and subscribe away. Get other fellas on board. Tell them about that. Some of the fun that happens here, because it's a plus, right? So it's a bonus because I kind of appreciate it too. So anyway, guys, we will see you soon on this channel, and remember,
be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!